It's in between the 19th of February and at the end of that month that you are going to have the return of the specific opportunity. And I say the return of the specific opportunity is my gorgeous Gemini, because over the last 12 months there was a specific point, specific area, specific opportunity that you have been paying attention to, and you wanted to kind of get hold of it. You wanted to kind of go through with this opportunity. You wanted to take it, but it was kind of lost. You just found yourself in the moment in time when you realize, that you're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer. You're just gonna wait a little bit further, and then in that moment in time when that happens, when it feels right, then you're just gonna go for it. So it was almost like that you've decided to put something aside, and now this is the time to actually go for it. But I just say it, it's so much to do with the actual lost opportunity that is most certainly going to bounce back into your life. And why am I saying this now, my baby? I'm saying this because it's important, because it's going to lead towards like prosperity. It's going to lead towards your own personal security. And when I say like security, financial security, prosperity, it's going to go quite far. And this is why am I saying this, that it's very important to pay attention to. Otherwise, I wouldn't even mention it. But most certainly is to do from the 19th, in between the 19th of February 2021 and at the end of that month. It's very important to actually pay attention to it. This is on one hand, going to be quite obvious for you. On one hand, to recognize it, to see it, to know it, to pay attention to it. But then on another hand, it is just going to lead towards like the greatest honor and recognition and one of the biggest and best things you have ever done in your entire life. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Gemini, and it's for February 2021. So it's for you, my gorgeous Gemini, and it's for February 2021. And when it comes to the actual number in numerology, it is a number 2. So of course this is the second month of the year, so it's actually number 2. So basically it's a very powerful number, and it means that there are two specific points and two specific areas that are actually going to flourish in your life. One specific area that is going to flourish in your life, it's to do with something that you wanted to create around you in your personal, in your private life. And another area that is going to be very successful, it's also going to be kind of like to do with things that you are doing when it comes to financially, when it comes to career, when it comes to success, when it comes to your own security. So it doesn't matter if you're working, if you're looking for work, or if you're retired. It's pretty much so very important month when things are finally going to start getting together for you. You will realize, you will learn how to ignore lots of negativities that are nothing to do with you necessarily, but also you will learn how to go through it with your own power, because you're going to have the actual control over a situation, and that in itself is going to give you enough strength and enough courage and enough self-esteem to go on. On another hand, number 2 is a very powerful number in numerology. I really want to stress this, because at the same time it's about your intuition. It's going to reward you, and also it means about the inspiration, it means about the power, it means about the courage, and these are all very specific parts of your life that are going to be kind of achieved. There's certain things that you're going to be able to achieve that you weren't able to achieve before because of several reasons. It just wasn't the right time. But this same specific, powerful, inspirational energy is just going to go a really long way, because this is exactly what you needed. This is exactly what you wanted in order to deal with issues and problems that were slowing you down to actually move on in your life. Okay, what else I was going to say, number 2, it's pretty much so with a wise moment. You will have a very wise month indeed. You're always wise, my gorgeous Gemini, but you are going to have a very wise moment indeed. You're going to make a certain option, you're going to realize certain option, you're going to make a certain judgment, but it's to do with like making the right choice, and it will come from the serenity gain knowledge. It will come at the moment in time and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Yeah, I'm talking about that specific balance, at the same time, you will know this is serene knowledge, it's to do with like a common sense, but it's just important to be rather careful about these specific things, It's a lot to do with the hidden emotion, but also at the same time, it's to do with being analytical, You need to remember this is the perfect month to actually be analytical because, something is going to be required from you, a specific situation, not to really rush into it, and you will know what this is exactly, and you're just going to need to be analytical and literally take your time. On another hand, number 2 in numerology is also trying to let me know that you're going to have a very important news. It is a very powerful news, very important news, and this is going to mean to you so much, It's a lot to do on one hand with a gain, but then on another hand with the ability to advance yourself, It's what you were kind of waiting for. It's about the certain desires that you are going to realize at the same time, certain specific things that were missing, now they're going to become obvious, And it's also a lot to do with the promotion of your life in general and also recognizing certain abilities that are going to be super important, and at the same time ideas. One particular idea is going to be on your mind and you're not going to go for it straight away. You're not going to do it straight away, but then when your time comes, which is May and June 2021, this is the time when this idea you're going to take and you're going to implement it, and you will know the time is right, and most certainly this is going to lead towards a very important success. On another hand, I just want to say that logic and organization will increase your success. This is what you need to remember. And this month also, it's time to take a charge of the situation. You see, it's time for you to accept a leadership role. And again, you will know exactly what to do. It's all about a structure, discipline, management, and making that particular adjustment in your lives, At the same time, you will revisit very, very old plan, You will revisit very old plan, And this is like gonna be quite enchanting moment in time, because something is going to happen, whether you're going to have like a very strange dream, unusual dream, or whether you're just going to be aware of it, or you're just going to wake up in the morning and you're just going to feel, oh, nostalgic. So this is something to pay attention to, because it's going to help you so much to actually deal with an unfounded fear when you maybe sometimes just expect the worst, So it's very important time to be positive and keep on being optimistic, because this is going to be quite a very illuminating time in your life when it comes to revisiting all plans, and this is all going to be connected. Okay, this is the time to refocus your thoughts, and at the same time it's the time for the actual new start. But you just need to remember that you have to trust yourself, and it's time to push your fears aside and take a leap of faith, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about indeed. Okay, when it comes to pushing fears aside, when it comes to being powerful, when it comes to being optimistic, when it comes to working against negativity within ourselves, when we feel a little bit low, when we feel a little bit down, when we feel a little bit like depressed, when we are kind of like a low vibration, can a little bit take over, not necessarily because what's happening in our lives, but there is a lot going on because you're Gemini. You can feel and sense these earthly energies. You're very psychic indeed. You're very intuitive indeed. So therefore, this can affect you in so many different ways. Okay, rhodochrosite is something that I completely recommend here to you, rhodochrosite, you see. And this is a gorgeous little crystal, one of the most beautiful crystals I had, and it's super powerful to increase your positivity against like a little bit anxiety, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of depression, confusion that you could feel, because it's going to encourage positivity, which is more important than ever. And it's a very, very empowering stone indeed. And this is something that is going to bring you a remarkable magical balance, my gorgeous Geminis, my lord. Okay, and to wear it every single time when you feel like a little bit strange, a little bit fearful, or a little bit like unusual, this is just going to bring you that necessary balance. Okay, this gorgeous crystal, one of the most beautiful crystals I had in my opinion, and this comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. Okay, I have to say this, my gorgeous Gemini. Okay, so now, no, it's the health I wanted to mention. What to do this month, it's what I said for so far. It's very important for you to remember to try to boost your immune system. It's more important than ever. So if you can carry on taking organic acerola cherry powder, you take 1 teaspoon in a glass of water, mix it up and drink it every single morning. So organic acerola cherry powder is a natural source of vitamin C, which is going to give you a whooping amount of vitamin C every single day, and it's natural without any unnecessary additives and all the nonsense that they tend to put in. Organic acerola cherry powder every single morning alongside natural vitamin D and natural zinc. This combination is a must. Eat around the lunchtime, and maybe you can get like Brazil nuts and 6 Brazil nuts every day, 5 or 6 Brazil nuts every day. It's going to give a substantial amount of selenium, which is also going to be very much so necessary for you to have, because it's going to boost your energy so much, and it's also going to be very, very good when it comes to your immune system. Or if you can't take Brazil nuts, if you don't want to take Brazil nuts, or you can't eat nuts, you know, then you can take like a supplement which would be like which would have a selenium. It's about the actual natural selenium that you could actually really do with. On another hand, what else I was going to say, please try to make sure that you're using natural deodorant without aluminium, because your skin is going to be quite sensitive. Do not use products, please, deodorants with aluminium, because they will block your pores, and then you're going to end up with a cocktail of chemicals within yourself, inside your body. So no, baby, no. So try to make sure that you are actually using natural deodorant without aluminium, please. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now the very first date that is going to be quite important is going to be the very 1st of February. Do you know something is going to happen to you? Like something is going to be awakened within you. Something is going to re-energize you. On one hand, it's going to start with a sense of wonder, and that sense of wonder is going to take you somewhere else, and once you're somewhere else, you're going to go somewhere else again, and once you go to the third point, it's going to be about you being very motivated at the same time, but somebody very successful. Whether this is going to be your partner, if you've got one, whether this is going to be like somebody in your life. It doesn't have to be your partner, but it may be somebody in your life, somebody who means to you so much. You know, motivation is going to come to that person, and if it's not that person in your life, then it could be somebody who you really look up to, you know, who you have been looking up to for a long time, you know, and then the inspiration, motivation is going to come to this person, and it's going to be very important, you know, because at the same time that the same inspiration is just going to be immediately responsible for you to be active where you were inactive, and also for you to have a concentration where there was lacking concentration. So this is interesting. On another hand, the first part of the 1st of February, it's going to be about, you're going to hear a very important news here when it comes to, in fact, 1st, 2nd and 3rd of February. All these 3 days are going to be very relevant when it comes to an important news, when it comes to you realizing, you know, that a very, very important change is going to come up. And this is why I really like it, because it's happening on the 1st. Very much so this change, realization of change is going to be on your mind on the 1st of February. And I like it because, number one, it's all symbolizing inspiration, power, and the control over situation and over our life is from a very, very high angle. But also the 2nd and 3rd of February are all going to be relevant when it comes to this. On another hand, you know, it's about the recognition here. This is going to be very important to you, very honorable, you're going to feel. But then again, it's to do with your own capability and very, very important confirmation, very strong confirmation that you should move on. You should move on into the right direction. Indeed, now it's time, my baby. Now it's time. On another hand, it's about the reward from hard work, success, and admiration from others. This is all going to be playing an important part. On another hand, I can see that somebody, you know, you need to be a little bit careful on the 1st of February if somebody sounds a little bit off, or if somebody tries to do something to you, not to do something to you, but I can see a little bit of dishonesty. I can see a little bit of deception here, and I just need you to be a little bit careful. If somebody, if you want to do some kind of dealing or something like that, I wouldn't really do it on the 1st of February, 2nd or 3rd. After that, it's going to be fine. But these 3 days, I just would like you to protect yourself from this kind of like somebody's like some little bastard is here. You just kind of need to be cautious of this person. So if someone sounds off, just run, baby, on miles. No, if someone sounds off, you will know that this is your subconscious mind trying to let you know to kind of like move away from this particular situation, because you know, on one hand it's a lot to do with you feeling a little bit disappointed, but then a little bit of a bitter experience. But then again, it's going to be very relevant when it comes to stationary period in your life, and it's almost immediately going to kind of like connect you to new possibilities, new relationship, and new approaches to all problems, which is all gonna come through the actual new knowledge, which is going to happen after this moment in time, because you will learn something very, very important about yourself. On another hand, the second important date, my gorgeous Geminini, it's going to be on the 18th of February. Now, the 18th of February is like, oh my God, this is all about the creativity that you're going to feel wonderful, beginning, you know, start of something really important, but in particular when it comes to the actual very, very meaningful experience. You are, by the end of the day, on the 18th of February, you're going to have a very meaningful experience, and really like this, because that in itself is going to be remarkable, because it's going to seem like an adventure, but then at the same time it's going to require from you to kind of answer the certain question to yourself, like very honestly. You're going to need to remember that on the 18th of February, and in fact the 18th and 19th and 20th and 18th and 19th and 20th, all these 3 days are going to be very relevant when it comes to this particular situation. So just remember, you will need to be honest with yourself. It's more important than ever. By doing that, you're not going to allow your spirit to grow, but then on another hand, by doing this, you're also going to advance yourself, you know, you're going to do the right thing, because you're going to remove yourself from the situation that no longer serves you, from the situation that it was giving you an overburdened feeling, you know, and excessive pressures, you know, over the last 10 months at least. So you will know that the problems that are related to this are soon going to be resolved. You see, this is important because you're going to become aware of which effort you need to kind of use in order to meet a certain goal. Okay, the third important date, my gorgeous Geminini, it's going to be on the 26th of February. Like, ooh la la, you're gonna feel like very brave here, and through your own bravery you will realize your own capacity, and this is going to be such a powerful moment that you're actually going to have. So through your own bravery you're going to realize your own capacity, and that is going to be directly responsible for you to have this particular strength in order to kind of step into the unknown in such a way where you will be able to connect to some kind of brand new plan in your life. Brand new plan is going to become kind of obvious, but then again, this is like kind of it's brand new, but it's also at the same time, you know, there was the certain attempt, you know, that you wanted to make. It was like, it had lots of like elements of this, but it wasn't like as strong as this. So it has elements from before that you wanted to attempt, but now it's going to be brand new. However, this is going to lead towards the towards the new plan, and also at the same time it's about your own hope and having a confidence in order to do it. You know, it's connected to the uncertain efforts, but now you're going to feel very sharp and very quick, and most certainly you will go for it, my baby, and this is exactly what I need you to do. You're going to love it. Okay, on another hand, you know, the 26th of February is going to bring you you know, it's a lot about the confidence coming through your own accomplishment and realization how significant you are, how unique you are, how powerful you are, how strong you are, which elements and part of you are very, very strong, and which elements and part of you have brought you to this moment in time. You know, it's about like a very important accomplishment indeed, but then at the same time, you know, the realization that you are going to have about what is ineffective in your life and what was causing you lack of strength, you know, and what was causing you to be indecisive. So this is going to be remarkable, because very, very important decision you are going to make on the 27th and the 28th of February are going to be very significant when it comes to you making a very important decision. And now, most certainly, my gorgeous Geminini, is time. Okay, what else I was going to recommend you? Most certainly look at this gorgeous little baby. It's gorgeous carnelian. It's absolutely beautiful, this gorgeous carnelian. It's also one of the nicest crystals to me in my mind, and this comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And the reason why I need you to get this, because it's going to motivate you when you feel not really motivated by increasing courage and stimulating your creativity. This is something that you're really gonna you could do throughout February and March indeed. Okay, by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, and the link to buy this is in the description below. Okay, so now my gorgeous Geminini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen in the first part of February. You see, the first part of February, the first week, is going to be like, oh my God, you know, too much is going on. But this is a lot about the things that you're doing, that you're focusing on in your life. But at the same time, you're going to find yourself kind of in a slightly different waters, but in a good way, because maybe you will think that you're not going to be busy or something like that, but you actually are going to be busy. In your life, there will a lot kind of going to be going on, but also around is a lot going to be going on. You know, you just need to kind of try to avoid stress as much as you can. You are going to have an unexpected event, you know, but then again, that is going to show you the ability to multitask. You know, this is something really important for you to remember, that the first part of February, you're going to have a bit of a testy, and the testy is going to happen through you realizing that you have to stand up for yourself and your beliefs, to have confidence, okay, and challenge those that you know, you will feel like you want to maybe challenge certain people around you who maybe have a certain way of thinking, which is absolutely fine. And if you feel like it, you will know that something very deep from you within is coming, and you know that kind of you're having a very important and very significant and very strong point to make. So most certainly you should go for it. The second part of February, it's gonna, this is really good, because you've been waiting for this. You know, it's a reward that comes from hard work, but then again, you know, it's important to successfully balance many priorities and wants. You know, determination and willpower are going to bring you an important recognition. This is also an absolutely mind-blowing time to actually meditate, you know, because if you're meditating, grounding yourself, you know, you don't need to necessarily meditate like lie down and relax every part of the body. Yes, you can. There are many different types of meditation. You know, you can ground yourself. You can kind of, when you're feeling relaxed, you can meditate while you're like having lucid dreamings. You can meditate a little bit before you fell asleep. That moments, you know, those moments before you fell asleep, and those few moments when you wake up. This is also kind of part the time when we are just part of all sorts of dimensions. So yes, the all kind of meditation we are able to do that we are not normally. Or you can simply go into the forest, inside the forest, and just relax yourself. And the forest is full of beautiful spirits and beautiful energy, which is very impactful on many different areas when it comes to our lives. You know, it clears our mind, it clears our energy pathway, so therefore the energy starts flowing freely, so we are able to kind of like connect to much easier, much better, and make the best possible decisions. My point is that if you meditate, I just need you to let you know that if you meditate, you know, remember that you are also going to find out some kind of important desire, something very important that you should be paying attention to, like your soul's true desire, you know. And this is very important because it's also a lot about you developing intuitive gifts, and also at the same time you need to remember the wisdom that you are going to receive. And that wisdom can also come to you like through your dreams, because there are going to be lots of strange dreams that you are going to have throughout the month, bizarre strange dreams, like, oh my God, what did I dream? But if you don't have strange dreams at all, it's also maybe that every single morning when you wake up, or very often, you know, there are bizarre strange things on your mind, and most certainly you should go for it. You should follow your own advice. You should follow your own spirituality by the power of your subconscious mind. Okay, the third part of February, my gorgeous Geminini, it's just make sure that to avoid the actual illusion of being trapped. You know, it's important for you, and more important than ever, to avoid the illusion of being trapped, because if you just go for it, it's just going to kind of steal your own power, and that is going to affect you energetically. So this is very important for you to understand, to avoid the illusion of being trapped. And also you're going to need to accept very important responsibility for the certain situation, you know, and then it's going to be connected to the choice, you know. And this is going to be brilliant, because it's most certainly to do with your own path to the actual happiness. Please try to make sure, like, if you do have some kind of addictions, if you do have some kind of like things like that in your life. I can see that you're going to be quite sensitive when it comes to the actual addiction. So try to avoid sugar, try to cut down sugar if you can completely, try to cut down coffee if you can, try to stop smoking or cut down on smoking, try to kind of drink less if you're drinking, try to kind of cut out sugary drinks completely. That would be perfect. Drink lots of water, many different things you can do in order to reflect on this. But just when it comes to like things that can be very addictive to you, you're going to be quite sensitive. So at the end of February, it's also, you should really listen to your body, because your body is going to be talking to you, communicating to you, so you will know what to pay attention to. On another hand, I really like this because it's all about the enthusiasm, optimism, creativity. What you were like kind of impatient about, you're going to hear about it. So you were so impatient about this particular news, and you're going to hear this, and it's going to be great because it's going to lead towards the exciting opportunities. And also you just need to allow yourself to be yourself and allow your creativity to soar. Okay, do things to fuel your passion, and also remember to finish what you started. On another hand, yes, there is going to be a little bit of disappointment, at the same time, but then that disappointment that you're going to have, it's just going to be about a little distraction which is going to slowly slide into your life, a little bit of distraction, in a certain way, and that is going to make you feel like a little bit disappointed. But then at the same time, it's going to be important because it's almost immediately there is going to be sorry. As soon as you're a little bit disappointed, you will know a couple of days after that the door is going to open, my gorgeous Gemini. And once the door opens, someone is going to have a very important news for you. And at the same time, it's a very good time for investment. And you will know that this is great, not necessarily financial investment, but you will know investment when it comes to your life, It's brilliant because before you were like kind of indecisive in proceedings when it comes to this, and now this is going to be very important when it comes to you making a significant decision. I really like it because it's going to lead towards the opportunity that is going to change a lot in your life in the best possible way. Confirmation, the time to growth, but also an opportunity with unlimited possibilities. So this is something most certainly that is going to be very, very effective when it comes to you later on. As I said, May and June 2021 are going to be playing an important role when it comes to all these things that I've actually mentioned so far. Okay, so now my gorgeous Gemini, I'm going to take these tarot cards, and when I find them, my gorgeous tarot cards, I've just kicked water. Here we go. So now my gorgeous Gemini, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you that are actually in relationship. And this is for February 2021. You see the Hierophant. I think that this is brilliant, because on one hand it's like a basically, and Five of Wands, you see. Now basically there is going to be an important discussion, and there is going to be just a little bit of a disagreement that you are going to have, but this is an important for you to do, because when that happens, there is going to be the moment of self-illumination that you're both going to have. And the moment of the self-illumination that you're both going to have, it's almost going to be like a karmic reward for both of you, because you're going to deal with a specific subject that you need to deal with. You need to sort this out. And almost immediately, karmically, this is going to bring you reward as a couple. And by the end of the month, it's going to bring a self-illuminating moment. And it's also going to help you out to see kind of what you both were in self-denial about. So you will both want to move from some kind of specific option that you were kind of holding on for. But this is going to be great because you're going to be able to set yourself towards the right direction. On another hand, it is an absolutely brilliant month, important month when it comes to the actual couples, because it's about the satisfaction and accomplishments. And this is going to be the month when your relationships are going to be playing an important role, and you're going to realize how special and how beautiful your partner is, but also your partner is going to feel the same. It's a beautiful month of the actual devotion and happiness and the pleasure in a daily existence, and sincerity. This is a remarkable time to kind of think what you're going to do next, to think what your next step would be. However, this is a very, very good month when it comes to the couples. Something wonderful is going to happen to both of you, and you're going to realize how much you love each other, and I think think that's absolutely great. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you that are single and ready to mingy. My gorgeous Geminis, for those of you that are single, okay. Now, oh, one of pentacles, there you go. So now this, my gorgeous Geminis, you see, this is important because it's like a lot about you realizing that, you know, you will realize, this is going to sound so morbid, but you're going to realize that while you're focusing on things that you want to achieve, while you're thinking about like a further advancement, while you're thinking about what you're going to do next, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, when it comes to the next step, you know, it doesn't have to be huge, it doesn't have to be massive, but when it comes to the realization of just a little tiny advancement, this is going to be the moment in time when you're actually going to make the best possible decision, you know, when it comes to your finances and security in the future. And why am I telling you this now in a singles reading? This is for the single. Well, because at the same time you are going to realize a little bit of a hidden danger, you see. This is how things are. As I said before, you see, it's pretty obvious, you're going to be obvious this month how connected things are, but most certainly you're going to realize the actual, maybe an unknown situation that is going to help you to realize that you're awake to unknown dangers, you see. At the same time, this is going to be a remarkable moment in time because there is going to be like kind of someone that you're going to like, that you're going to fancy, and also at the same time this means that this person, no baby no, it is a bit of a learning process that you're going to need to have, and this is why this is so important. So when it comes to those of you that are single, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen this month, but it's more about the actual realization, or this could be even somebody who's going to come back into your mind, like that you want to be with, but most certainly no baby no, I do not think is the right thing, you know. And on another hand, it could be somebody who just walks into your life and then you will realize like and this is at around the time when you're focusing, as I said, when you're focusing on your finances, when you're focusing on your future, when you're focusing on your work and things like that. This is going to happen at around that time. So it's either going to be the return of someone who you shouldn't be with, and this is also going to help you to move on, or it's going to be the new person who's going to walk into your life, but most certainly this is not going to be the right person for you. So I would just strongly suggest to absolutely avoid. I'm sorry, but it's like basically just like a learning experience that you are going to need to have. I think it's really important when it comes to you karmically, but also at the same time, King of Wands, you see, this is telling me that it's not going to be that long on another hand as well until someone walks into your life. But first of all, you kind of won't go on just like a little bit of disappointment, but it's not going to be nothing too heavy or nothing too difficult, because it's not someone who you're completely in love with or anything like that. It's just somebody who you fancy a little bit, and then this is just going to be the relevant part of your spiritual progress to realize this yourself, to move on. And then after you move on, it's not going to be that long until someone walks into your life. I actually think that, and actually see that March 2021 is going to be remarkable and very significant when it comes to someone really special walking into your life. But now it's not going to happen, but this is just as important as having someone walking into your life. So you know, it doesn't really matter, because it's going to set you in that way, and it's not going to be that long anyway. Okay, my gorgeous Gemini, I love you all so much. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Geminis. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Geminis. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.